Hello, Your Majesty, and welcome now to Thursday. Well, I think for the Lions, sunny and serious. That is for Leos, by the way, if you have clicked on the right one. And that's probably due to boundary issues. In fact, in the last 24 hours, I think that the lunar eclipse, which happened in the house of value systems, has most likely created a bit of a gravity tug and pull for you that you're going to be feeling for a few days. In simple terms, I think you're really going to be very aggressively starting to look at how well you value yourself, how well other people value you, it's hard to say, and then lastly, with the Sun in Pisces, examining boundaries based on those values. In fact, we're in the first chapter of Sun in Pisces, which means there are still 8 more days, basically, of processing really where you draw lines and which ones are out of date. Now, I know Leos really learning this on both sides of the spectrum. I talked about this yesterday. But before you act or do anything, because you Leos are damn impulsive, you discover one little fact and suddenly you want to make it law and move forward, and then you're kind of embarrassed and have pride issues later when there was more to the puzzle that you didn't include and you just jumped to it in a Leo way. I know you Leos very well. So in the next 8 days, really the best thing you can do is just kind of take notes in your life about what's working and what's not working, and don't actually act on that evidence for a little while, especially with this moon and the lunar eclipse that we had in the last 24 hours. There's a lot of awakening to happen for you, Your Majesty, and it's not time really to trigger yet. However, do look for values and look for boundaries in a number of ways. You can be in a relationship and opening up. You can be in a relationship and ready to close down. You could be being dishonest with yourself. These are all kinds of boundaries. And you could be struggling over the death of somebody, which is the boundary between life and death. I just want you to be clear of how deep it goes and that it doesn't really just confine itself to sex, but sex is a big piece. Lastly, Mercury is calling for some sort of decision in long-term relationships or marriage. But this is a primary decision. There's 2 more to come before the transit is over. But I think you'll have the strength now to make whatever that decision is. All right, that's all I have for the day, Your Majesty. I'll be back tomorrow with your weekend forecast. Live, love, be.